So now you may be asking, NOWSKI, you chose nursing. How long does nursing school take? That's a good question. Now there are different ways to pursue a nursing degree. There's the associate's degree in nursing, or you can get the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Basically, nursing school is 2 years. If you do the associate's degree in nursing, you basically go right into nursing school with none of that other extra college work. If you decide to get your Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, you just have a lot of other college courses to take. A lot of humanities courses, some other science courses, and then after 2 years of that stuff, you go into the nursing program and you finish off. Your junior and senior year would actually be nursing school. That would get you the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Basically, there's more opportunities with that degree. You can move up into management positions if you want to be a nurse manager, go into administration of some sort. The BSN is really the way to go. Some hospitals are actually requiring their nurses to have those degrees in order to be hired. After either the associate's degree or the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, you would then take the NCLEX and become a registered nurse. I actually came into this program with a bachelor's degree already, so I had all those humanity courses taken care of. So that's why I chose to do the BSN route. I did have to go back to a community college to get a couple science prerequisites taken care of before I could get into the nursing program. So that did take a year. So in total, my nursing school experience will take 3 years. And I do have to say, there are a lot of non-traditional nursing students in nursing school. It's not just your typical straight from high school, go through college, into nursing school type students. There's a lot of older students. You can see students anywhere from, you know, their 20-year-old, 19-year-olds up into their 40s. And now you might be asking, so what is nursing school like? Well, I did just complete my first semester of nursing school. I started in the spring, so spring semester was my first semester. Basically, it's a 2-year program, 2 semesters per year. My first semester of the first year of nursing school, I just completed in the spring, and I took a summer course. My first semester was broken into 5 different classes. The first class was the Fundamentals of Nursing. This is the book that we used. It's a big book. Fundamentals of Nursing. In this course, you learn about what the duties of a nurse are, the ethics and legality behind what you do, and you learn a lot about HIPAA. HIPAA. That's the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Health Insurance Portability. Yeah, HIPAA. HIPAA. So you will be HIPAAified in your first semester. Pretty much what HIPAA is, it's learning to keep your patient's information confidential. There's a lot more to it, but that is just a big part of it. Patient confidentiality. Another class that we took was Intro to Nursing. The professors lecture about care techniques, equipment, standard procedures, how to administer medication, and then you go into the lab and you actually practice doing that on mannequins and each other. You don't actually give each other medicines though, you're not giving each other shots. At least at my school we didn't do that to each other. You used a lot of mannequins and stuff. This was the book that we used. Another big book. The third class that I had my first semester of nursing school was Health Assessment 1. In this course you learn how to do a general assessment of the body. That is what this whole course is about. It's a very important part of nursing, basically learning how to assess someone who comes in to a hospital or a clinic or a doctor's office, being able to examine them and figure out what is abnormal about them. This class is also set up with lecture and lab time to learn about how to do health assessment and then practice it on each other and mannequins. Here's the book that we used for Health Assessment 1. The fourth class that we took our first semester of nursing school was a Pathophysiology Class. In this class you're learning about disease processes, where diseases come from, and what they do to the body. It's a really important class. Here's the book. And then the fifth class that we took was our first clinical experience. So most nursing schools in the area where I live, which is the southeastern United States, they take their nursing students to nursing homes for their first clinical experience. It's a great place to get that first face-to-face, hands-on interaction with patients or residents of these nursing homes. The one that I went to was fairly new. It had great staff. The actual buildings were laid out very nicely. They felt very homey, home-like. Felt like grandma's house. Unfortunately, a lot of nursing homes don't have that feel. They just feel very cold and hospital-like, which I don't think is the greatest layout for a nursing home. It should feel like home. I was excited to get my first clinical experience at this nice new nursing home facility. Now there are some pros to working in the nursing home. Now it's a pretty relaxed environment. It's not like you're in the ER of a hospital. You have time to shadow employees that work at the facility, learn from them, get used to talking with patients or these residents, these elders. And it gives you an opportunity to get a good grasp on basic care. Things like feeding, bathing, getting the elder from point A to point B via a wheelchair or a walker, things like that. Now some people could be turned off from this first clinical experience. You're doing a lot of basic care. You are having to help elders perform, bathing, just getting dressed, getting up and eating, things like that. Some people who stay at a nursing home have a hard time controlling their bladders and their bowel functions, and you get to help clean up the messes. Now it's just something you have to get used to if you do want to be a nurse. You're gonna have to deal with bodily fluids, and you're gonna have to learn to be okay with having to clean them up. It's just one part of being a nurse. It is not what nursing is all about. It's not the only thing that you do as a nurse. If you become an RN, or registered nurse, you actually, a lot of the time, have nursing assistants that help you out. That was the case at the nursing home facility that we were at. In a lot of cases, those nursing assistants help with that basic care, that hygiene care, cleaning of messes. But you have to be able to deal with some dirty stuff. This was another book they made us get, learning how to write nursing care plans. You'll learn about that in one of your first semester courses. So that kind of sums up what the first semester of nursing school is like, or at least was like for me. Every school might do it a little bit different. This is all the books. This is first semester. First semester fun.